Hi friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. For today's video, I am going to be going over all of my spending for week 3 in my June budget. We're going to be talking all about the transactions from June 11th through the 17th. So if you are interested in hearing all about everything I spent this past week, where all of our money went, then just keep on watching. So I went ahead and flipped to an expense tracker here that I have actually already started. If you watched my savings challenge video from this week, you would have seen that I already entered in a transaction. I took $50 out of our spending money to put towards those savings challenges. If you're unfamiliar, you don't watch those videos, I use a bunch of fun savings challenges to set aside money to put towards debt. I'm on a debt-free journey, very, very close to the end of my debt-free journey in terms of paying off all of my credit cards, which is exciting. And I needed some more money to put towards debt. So I took it out of our spending this week, which means we did a whole lot of spending this week outside of this. And then we took even more money. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's going to affect our budget, but I'm gung-ho trying to get those credit cards paid off. So I went ahead and took that cash, and I do not regret it. So that was something I already wrote in my expense tracker because I knew if I didn't write it down right away, I would forget about it. It was technically cash that my mother-in-law gave me to reimburse me for a transaction that I put on my credit card. Rather than depositing that cash and paying the credit card, I just used our spending money to pay that credit card. And I just slipped the cash right into that envelope. And I knew that if I didn't write it down right away, I would forget that. So that is already on here. And we're going to add everything else we spent this week. As I mentioned, this is June 11th through the 17th. If you are unfamiliar with how I budget, maybe this is your first time watching one of my videos. And if so, hi, welcome. Make sure you subscribe. I look at my overall budget by the month, but I like to check in every single week. Because if I write my budget at the beginning of the month and then I don't check in until the end of the month, it is so easy for me to go off the rails with spending and variable categories like eating out. So I always like to check in once a week, and our week always starts on a Tuesday because that's when my husband and I are paid. So our budgeting weeks go Tuesday to Monday, and that's what I'm filling in here today. I apologize for any coughing I do in this video. I am nursing a summer cold. So let's go ahead and start out with the 11th of June. First thing we did was go to Dollar General. We have a little local Dollar General that's right down the street from our mobile home. We live in a little mobile home community. The Dollar General's just up the road. So anytime that we need anything super quick and convenient, we run to Dollar General. I don't remember what we bought, but I took it out of our spending category and it was $9.41. Also on the 11th, I paid some bills. I paid our DTE bill, which went up, and I'm not entirely sure why it went up. We're on a budget billing plan with them, and usually they reevaluate once a year. I didn't think it was time for a reevaluation for another month or two, but for whatever reason, our bill went up. I wasn't prepared for it, so we're over budget in this category, just FYI. I'm going to use all this information to fill in my monthly budget, but that'll be a separate video, so you can be on the lookout for that. If you want to see how these numbers affect our overall budget, I'm going to post that video tomorrow. If you're watching this the day it goes live, so we won't have too long to wait. But this is going to affect our monthly budget because this was higher than I expected at $224.11. Michigan Gas is our gas for our home, and that recently went down a little bit, so I was excited about that, but then of course our electric bill went up, so it just kind of negates the little bit of savings for our gas bill, but we paid $43 for that. Moving on to the 12th of June, we also had one more bill, and we paid our camper payments. If you are unfamiliar, we have a little travel trailer that sits on an annual campsite that we love to go to in the summer on weekends. And the payment was due this week, so we paid $200 for that. We're moving on to the 12th, when I sent my oldest son to Walmart. I wasn't quite ready to do a full-on grocery shopping trip. I knew that we were planning on going to our camper this weekend, and so I wanted to wait until right before our camping trip to shop so I could get everything I needed for the camping trip. But there was a few things that we needed just to get us through until then, so I just sent Robbie with my card to Walmart to pick up just a few things. And amazingly, just a few things added up to $65.97. The prices of groceries are out of control. All right. And then, despite the fact that I sent him for groceries and I could have cooked, we ordered pizza. And I think I am done ordering delivery pizza. Holy cow, is it astronomically expensive to get a pizza delivered. The price of pizza is crazy. The delivery charge is crazy. And then you have to add the tip. Like, to feed my family of 4, it cost us almost $70, $69.50. And I can make my own pizza, or I can get frozen pizza. If we do any more pizza in terms of eating out, we're going to have to pick it up so we can avoid that delivery fee. We can avoid that tip. I always tip generously, but $70 to feed my family one meal. And I'll be honest, the pizza wasn't even really that good. So not going to do that anymore. And I'm certain that I'm going to come back in like 3 weeks and talk about how we ordered pizza again, because, you know, it's convenient sometimes just to have it delivered, whatever. But like, really, we can do better. We can make pizza at home. Anyways, we had a no spend day on the 13th. They don't happen often, so when they do, it's always exciting. And then on the 14th, this was the day we were going to our camper. So I went ahead and went to Walmart and got the groceries we needed for our camping trip. This was a big camping trip with all 4 of us, which do not happen often. Usually one or the other of our children skips out on camping trips because they've got something else going on. A lot of times it's just me and my husband these days that go, but this time it was all 4 of us. Plus we had one of Austin's friends go with us. So we needed a lot of food. We had to stock up the camper for the summer with some things. So we spent a lot of money for this camping trip, is the point I'm trying to make here. For the groceries that we picked up, we spent $253.66. Now, we did bring a lot of food home from our camping trip that we did not get through, so it wasn't just like a weekend we spent $250 and ate all that food, but still it was a big shop for that. We needed to get like ketchup and mustard for the campground for the summer, and paper towels and toilet paper and that sort of thing. So it was a big trip. And then while we were there, we ended up going to Dollar General a couple times to pick up even more things. So it was an expensive weekend, but we do love our camping trips, so that's okay. Then on the 14th, on our way to our camper, we stopped to get some drinks. We took this out of our spending category since I had just spent so much on groceries. And the amount that I spent was $7.47. And then we grabbed dinner on the way up as well at Taco Bell. By the time we worked a full day and then did our grocery shopping and then headed up to the camper, it was like 9 p.m. and we were starving. So we decided just to grab a bite on the way up. Our camper is about an hour and a half north of our home. So we had a bit of a drive. And the amount that we spent at Taco Bell was $35.11. All right. On the 14th, I also had some auto pay items come out. So we had our HBO Max subscription, and that I categorize as auto pay. So any bills that I go in and pay manually, I categorize as bills. Anything that's auto pay, I categorize as auto pay because I don't even need to think about these things. They just come out of my account automatically, but obviously I need to account for them in my budget. So that's how I differentiate between a bill and these auto pay things. Some people think that that's weird. It's just the way I do it. Personal finance is personal. You can do whatever you want. So HBO Max, $15.82. As I mentioned, we went to Dollar General a couple of times. The first time, much like at home, we have a Dollar General right down the road from our camper. It's just so convenient, these Dollar Generals everywhere. Took it out of spending. And I don't even know what we bought, you guys, but it cost us $44.92. Everything is so dang expensive. And then we went on the 16th as well to Dollar General for even more stuff. I know we bought some like movie theater snacks. We were doing a movie night. I can't remember what else. But that also came out of spending, and this time it was $39.22. We also had a bill come out on the 16th. It was YouTube Premium. Love my YouTube Premium subscription. You can pry it from my cold dead hands. I appreciate all of you who watch the ads on my videos. I get comments all the time saying, love your videos, watched your ads, happy to support you. But I can't stand the ads. So I have the YouTube Premium subscription. And the great thing is with YouTube Premium, all of the content creators that I watch still do get paid as if I watched their ads. They get a portion. I don't know how YouTube figures it out or how it all works, but I can support my fellow YouTubers while not having to watch the ads, and that is a win for me. I also use YouTube Music to listen to music in my car. I know a lot of people use Spotify. I like YouTube Music, so it works out for me. This is an auto pay item, and it is $22.99 a month. One of the more expensive streaming services, if you could consider that, but I watch YouTube more than I watch TV, and it's worth it for me. Everybody in my family watches YouTube, so enough rambling. Let's move on to the 16th. I had my son's phone bill come out, and that amount is also auto pay, and that amount is $50. And then last, but certainly not least, on the 17th, my husband went to a little local donut shop and got donuts for our office. We like to do that every once in a while. Donuts for our employees. Took that out of our eating out category, and that was $22.25. So that was all of our spending for the week. It was a lot, you guys. I didn't think it was really that much, but now that I've kind of laid it all out here, it was a lot. And that's why I like to track my expenses once a week, because it's so easy for the week to, go by in a flash, and you've spent more than you realize, and it's easy for that to get out of control. So let's start adding things up. I like to choose a different color for each of my categories. I love my mild liners. These are my favorite highlighters. For spending, I'm going to use this green color, and I'm just going to go down the line, highlighting as I go, and add up everything in the spending category. So we had the money I pulled out for our savings challenge. That was $50 plus $9.41 plus $7.47 plus $44.92 plus $39.22 for a whopping $151.02 in our spending category this week. So that is a lot. I will see how that's going to affect the rest of my month when I plug all this information into my hybrid budget worksheet for my budget check-in, but that's a lot of spending, so we'll have to see. All right, next I'm going to do bills. I like this fun blue color for bills. This blue is like one of my favorite colors right now. Purple is my all-time favorite color, but I love this bright like aqua color right now. $224.11 plus 43 plus 200, and that's it for bills. $467.11 in bills. All right, next we will do groceries, and for that I will use this fun bright pink. Let's hold our breath and see. It's a lot in groceries this week. $65.97 plus $253.66. And that's actually it for groceries, since all of our Dollar General trips, even though there were some grocery items there, I just categorized that as spending. So that's fine, as long as it's accounted for. I don't get too bent out of shape out of which category I put things in. So this was grocery. $319.63. So not the best week for groceries, but not the worst either. I've definitely had worse weeks. And that's actually different than my rough draft. So let me add those up again, just to make sure. Look at you guys, must be dyslexic today. 65, I think the first time I plugged this in, I tried to do 56 instead of 65 as well. 65.97 plus 253.66 is 319.63. So my rough draft was wrong. Sometimes that happens. That's fine. I am notorious for math errors. So if you ever catch one while you're watching one of my videos, please point it out to me. I appreciate it. Let's do eating out in the bright yellow. It's another one of my favorite colors, especially the combination of this blue and yellow. I recently used this in a YouTube thumbnail and I just love the color combination. Okay, eating out. We had $69.50 plus $35.11 plus the $22.25. $126.86. So I really need to get better about eating out less. I actually sat down this week for the first time in a long time and wrote out a grocery list, wrote out a meal plan, did some meal prepping so that I could eat out less. Hopefully that works. I'm trying not to eat out at all this week. That might be pushing it a little bit because we do love to eat out in my family, but we'll see how it goes. All right, let's do auto pay in this purple color. Is this the last category? It does look like it is. So we have $15.82 plus $22.99 plus 50. $88.81 for auto pay. All right, now the only thing left to do is get a total, and I'm actually gonna get a couple of totals. I'm gonna get the total amount that we spent overall for the week, including our bills, because I like to see that. $1,153.43 total for the week. But then I'm also gonna get a total for just our variable categories. Our variable categories are spending, grocery, eating out, and auto pay. This is what I track in my little check-in section on my hybrid budget. So I want to get a total for this. That just helps me make sure that all of my math is accurate when I do my check-in. So we're going to do 150.102 plus 319.63 plus 126.86 plus 88.81 for a total of $686.32 in variable. So it was a higher spend week for sure. I am going to now pull this expense tracker right out of here and use it to fill in my hybrid budget worksheet. That'll be a separate video though, so be on the lookout for that. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet so you don't miss it. You can also hit my little notification bell and you'll get a little notification every time I upload. Highly recommend you do that. If you're interested in the worksheets that I used today, you want to use them for your own budget, you can get them a couple of ways. You can check out my Etsy shop where you can buy and download and print them, or you can join my channel membership at certain tiers. So I will have all that information linked down below if you are interested in it. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.